Hey, hey. Feel like something's off. Shouldn't be. Where is that? All right. Let's see who pops on. I'm doing this a little different again so I can do it where it flips it correctly. But I gotta find myself. There I am. And we'll see who pops on, because I don't know. So if you pop on, be sure to say hello. Oh, your heart. This one's this one. It's not cut exactly even. I gotta line it up. This one. These are the transfers that I used the other night that I'm putting back on their backers. That is not perfectly even. Alright, it says somebody's watching, but I don't know who. And I haven't sent this out into Facebook land yet, so if you want to do that for me, that would be great. Because I have not sent it out. I haven't seen Donna in forever. Hello, Miss Tori. I have not seen Miss Donna. I actually messaged her the other day. I don't think she's seen it. Change that back to myself. I hadn't been, I mean, I was on twice last week, and then it was forever since I was on before then. So it's not that you've been missing me. I hadn't been on. I kind of took a little break. You know, holidays, and I don't know. I just didn't feel like going live. So I didn't. So I'm here now. I meant to bring the shirts that I did with these transfers in here so you could see them. But they're in with the laundry, or the dry, clean laundry now. And they're in the other room. So I made a shirt with, "That's a horrible idea. What time?" And I made a shirt with, "Always follow your heart." I have a whiny dog in the other room. And the hair I chopped off last Thursday, so that's not, it's new, but it's not that new. Alright, so I gotta find what I was gonna do. Because I got some new transfers that I have not put away yet. I could do our jar cutouts. We have new jar cutouts with a very cute transfer. But I'm not sure if that's what I'm doing tonight. Christmas was okay. I talked to a friend a lot that weekend. That made it very enjoyable. I hadn't really talked to him in depth like that before, so that was fun. I don't really, ever since my mom died, it kind of like everything's fallen apart. My family doesn't usually get together anymore because my grandmother did that, and then when she passed away, like my mom did it and my aunt did it, and they both since passed, and my uncle did. Actually, my aunt did Thanksgiving for everybody. My uncle usually did New Year's Eve for everybody, and each family did their own Christmas. So, like, we don't do Christmas. But my oldest brother's the one that had the kids. They're all grown now. but he lives in Colorado, so nobody's up. The only thing that's up there is his current wife and all her family, so none of us go up there. Because we're in Dallas. It's not an easy drive. Okay, so these are the jar cutouts. I go on this. It's two-sided. I just haven't taken it out of the package yet. These are so cute. I'm not sure I'm doing that one though. I kind of want to play with this little kit that we have. Can you hear that? Maui! She doesn't whine until I come in here, and I don't know why. She doesn't need to whine. She's in the kennel, that's why she's whining. Her and the other dog don't get along. And I'd rather not have a dog fight, so guess who gets to stay in the kennel? One of them. Okay, this, we're going to open this. We may or may not do this, but we're going to open this. This is our new Heart and Home Chalkmade kit. I gotta send this out on Facebook. I really do. I haven't done that yet. Give me a second. And I told Kelly we were coming live. I gotta tag Kelly first. Alright, see if we can get Kelly on here. And let me send this out into Facebook land. Share group. I'm not supposed to say that long word. We may not do the whole kit. We'll do part of it. I'm sorry to hear refills change so much. What? That's a typo. What is your phone trying to say? That's a typo. All right, let me do one or two more. We'll do two more. Because I like this group. Don't know why. I just like this group. Like the name of it. And then we'll go on this other group. There. Okay, back to live chat. Oh, you haven't corrected whatever it was that it said wrong. You haven't corrected. All right, why is that one not sticking? It's not sticking to its backer. So how was your holiday, Miss Tori? How were the kids? We're gonna open this. So this Chalkmade kit has everything in it to make. There's everything that comes in it right there, and then you can make both these cute projects because it's two-sided. So you can make one side the love, and the other side is the home sweet home. Love is all you need. Is that right? Love is in the air, and welcome home. Sorry, different names. So you get your instructions. It's two-sided. You get your instructions. You get a paintbrush. I already have one. Actually, it's a different size paintbrush. Look. You get, ooh, look at that, 4 color trays. You'll get 4 paste singles, candy apple, shimmer gold, bright white, and ocean mist. Or if you have jars of paste, you can use whatever color you want, which is probably what we're doing. You get a mini squeegee. Oh, that's wrapped up too. you get the... Okay, there are multiple sayings. I wasn't imagining things. You get the transfer that has love and home and the cute little designs for the O. And then the extra words are forever, love you forever, love's in the air, welcome home, and home sweet home. So you can change them around. And you get this piece of cardboard that you can put something else on, and you can put it in a frame if you want. And recycle that way. I always try to use those again. Oops, I'm sorry, things have changed since you... Oh, yeah, things fell apart. That's what happens. It's alright. I don't have kids of my own, so I don't have to do Christmas. My oldest, like I said, my oldest brother's the only one that has kids, and his kids are all grown. The youngest one's, I think she turns 20. Hold on, what year were we in? 22. Okay, hold on. No way. She can't be that old. She can't be that old. 26? I think she turns 26 this year, like in the next little bit, like this month. She can't be 26. Is that right? She was born in 94. 04. Or 28. 94. 04. 14. 24. She turns 28 this year. No way! Am I doing the math right? There's no way she's going to be 20. She can't be 28. I mean, the last year didn't exist anyway, so get rid of that one. She's going to be 28? This math in my head does not work right. The oldest one can't, or the older one can't be 30. I mean, the older boys are older, but the girls, she's turning 31 this year. Holy moly, where did all that go? Okay, we're not going to think about this. Okay, so you also get these cute little blocks and another piece of cardboard to play with. You get these cute little blocks. They're just like all our other little surface cutouts. These are 2-inch squares. They're two-sided. You get this little rectangle that the in the air or welcome fits on this. You get these cute little 3D pieces, so you can put the heart and then put it on the piece if you want, or you can save them and use them elsewhere. It's up to you. You can put the design directly on here. If you want to make it 3D, you can put it on there with that. Up to you. And to put those on there, you get some double-sided sticky pads, which we're not going to pull off. But I'm not going to lose, or try not to lose. Put those over there. Put those in there. So, all right. I guess Kelly's not coming on. Oh well. So, I think tonight I'm just going to prep some of these. It may not be a whole, I may not be doing the transfer. I may just be prepping these. So, hold that thought. I'm going to get a cardboard. It's easier for you to see what I'm doing. I'm going to get one of my used color trays. I thought I had a jar of water in here. And we're going to paint these. I don't necessarily want to use the red and light blue that they have, although I have discovered I love this new ocean mist color. You know what? I have all these mixed up colors. Let's use some of them. There's a blue. I think this is a purple. No, it's some sort of blue. Let me get a stir stick. Ah! Let me get a stir stick somewhere. In my little handy basics bag. I have my foam brushes that are in the way. They're coming out. Oh, stir stick. Yay. All the stir sticks fell to the bottom. Yeah, I gotta see which color I want to use. This is kind of like a dusty blue. Like a country blue. You see what I just did? Well, I guess we're putting blue on that one. Now the way they did it, they left one square white on each one. I don't think I want to do that. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm using that blue. I mean, I can wipe it off. It's not that set. You can't even tell. I just thought it was funny. Not even trying to do anything and splat. It's already on there. I do know I need more paint than that, or paste. Maybe we'll take this up. Let me see what other colors I have, because I may just pour them all into one. Oh, well, hi Kelly. Kelly's on, but her comments aren't coming through. Log off and log back and come back. Come back to us, Kelly. Come back. See, I have a whole bunch of these little, shoot. Okay, don't stir little bitty projects with the stir stick. Because there's not enough in there. I shouldn't have saved that. There's not enough in here to even deal with. We're just going to put it in the other jar. Like, really. That should have never been saved. Probably I had more and I've used it over time. Anyway, that one's going to get washed. And we dropped some stuff on the desk. See, we're making a mess already. Ooh, this color's really pretty. But there's not a lot of it. It's kind of a bluish green. I can't stir in these jars. That's the problem. I cannot stir in these jars. Alright, I'm just going to dump them all into one and see what color I come up with, because I'm going to have to paint these blocks. And we're just going to use up some of our mixed up colors. It's a work in project. Work in progress. See, that one's empty now. And then we're going to do this one too, because there's really not anything left in that one. This one started drying up. Probably was sitting in there well. Alright. That one, and that one. Hey, look at that. We're getting rid of 3. Hey, Miss Florence. We're getting rid of 3 jars at once. Or 3 little containers. Now this is pretty thin. Very thin. Which, you want it a little bit thinner when you're painting with it. I just don't know if I want it that thin. I'm going to leave the lid off of it a little bit. And I'm actually going to put some painter's tape on these. And I'm planning on half painting the sides. Hey, Miss Kelly, you're back. No, I'm going to wash those. These are my little containers. I'm gonna wash them. They're just going over there, so I can go wash them. Yay! Kelly's back on. She was having problems a while ago. I have more mixed up colors. That's some hideous gray color. With blue underneath, that's much thicker. We're going to put that in there. That will thicken it up. Ooh, holy moly. There might even be some silver in there. It's very thick. Look, we emptied up another jar. Some of these have been sitting in here a long time. The paste doesn't go bad, obviously. But at least the mixed up colors that I have didn't go bad. Maybe. I'm also going live through the business suite so I can flip the camera as opposed to directly on Facebook like I normally would. Because otherwise it's backwards like it was the other day, and I can't stand that. I have an iPhone, which means I can flip it. But now they've changed it where you can only do it through the business suite, so I have to go through the business suite to do it, and not the direct Facebook page. Okay, this is definitely thicker now. So we may use that. But I'm going to mask these off a little bit. All right. Put that to the side. Put this down here to take and wash it. This, because I do want to have these masked off. That doesn't help. Okay, so am I painting all four, or am I leaving one white like they did in their example? Y'all tell me. Now, I'm probably not doing the whole project tonight, but these have to dry. Yeah, it's an app. You just download the app, and it's part of the Facebook. It's part of Facebook. Be able to paint all four. Well, Kelly says all four. All right, what do the rest of you say? We're going to put these on. See, Kelly, my hair's out. So you can see how short it got cut. Oh, I thought I had enough tape. Guess All right, we got one vote for doing all four. Tori, Florence, what do y'all say? Are we doing all four, or are we just doing three? And I am just guessing on the evenness of this. As y'all know, I can usually eyeball things. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I think I'm still short. Ooh, maybe not. I might have made it. Just barely. Not even just barely. Oh my gosh, do you see how much I'm short? Right there? Well, that's not even. Get over. It barely covers it. Alright, Florence says do all four. Well, I guess I'm doing all four. Alright. Didn't expect to be using all this tape. I have another roll. So if you're joining, my name is Vicki. I'm an independent designer with Chalk Couture. We're probably not doing a whole project tonight. We're just doing some prep work, or the first part of this project. We're going to paint these blocks with our chalk paste so we can put the words on them. And I'll probably leave one side, I may leave one side white. Maybe. We'll see. We'll decide on that later. Right now, we're just going to paint part of them. The rest of the project, maybe tomorrow night. So if you want to see how the project turns out, and you're only catching me live right now, make sure you like and follow my 34 Designs Facebook page, so you can see and turn on your notifications so you see when I go live. All right, that's those. Just gonna make sure those are on. Oh, good. Did you go up there and get some shifts? All right. We're going to use the paintbrush. Even though I feel like I should be using the foam brushes, because I always use those, we're going to use the paintbrush. We'll see what it does. First things first, we're getting that stir stick out of there. I've had enough problems with that stir stick splattering paste on me. I have a hair somewhere there. Aha! Were they happy to see you? Were you happy to walk in? I can't start with a dry brush. I did artwork too long to just start with a dry brush. It bothers me. All right, let's see how this works. And yet, yes, there are some lumps in it because of that one color was a little thick. So I'm probably putting a couple of coats on here. Or I'm putting a coat on here and then going to use sandpaper and kind of vintage it up. I haven't decided. See what it looks like. Because it has the lumps in it, it might be easier to just distress it. I'm not really concerned about the lumps. It gives it character, honestly. It's just a combination of my mixed up colors that I've had sitting around for who knows how long. I don't even know what the original colors were, because all my mixed up colors are mixed up colors. They usually came from projects that I did hot mess on or ombre, and I couldn't put the colors back in the original jar because they were mixed up. And I had a lot of paste left over, so I just put it in my little containers to use for a future project, like this one. Because there's no reason to waste all that paste. And you come up with some interesting colors, too. Like I said, I think there might even be some shimmer silver in here, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to get some of the lumps that are on the front off. Like I said, I may sand this afterwards. All right, I have one more side, that side. So if you go into work tomorrow, Florence, is it going to be a full shift or is it just going to be a couple of hours? I assume they're going to make you work a full shift. Florence broke one of her fingers and had to have a pin put in it, and so she's been off work. For anybody that's joining us. Full. Yeah, I didn't think they'd give you a break. Sorry. I was trying to give you a break, but they're not going to give you one. Sorry. And of course, how thick I apply this also determines the color. If you put it on thin, it's going to be a lighter color. And sometimes I'll do prep work like this before I come on camera. Sometimes I just come on because I need to show my face. Y'all want to see me, so here I am. Ugh. Well, moving to the service desk would be a lot better. At least for now. Yeah, I understand that. Bills are not fun. Ever. In fact, I gotta double check mine. I think I paid everything. But I'm not sure, so I gotta double check. They are adding two. Oh, they're adding 2 full-time people to the service desk? That would be awesome. Because that's really where you should be. You got a little seniority, you should get that spot. Oh, that side's really lumpy. Yeah, this is a pretty cool color. I have, like I said, I don't know even how many colors go into this. Because each jar probably had 3 or 4 colors in it that started, or that it started with to make the color that was in the jar, or the little container. And then I mixed them all together for this. I don't know, it's just a nice kind of dusty country blue. Yeah, you should be at the service desk. My vote is Florence gets the service desk. Tell your boss, Vicky said, you get to be on the service desk. They don't have any choice in the matter. They just have to put you on the service desk. Okay, so the transfer that we have for this is love and home. What letters are we putting on the blue side? I'm assuming the blue side will be the home side. Ooh, that edge need. Ooh, that's a bad edge. didn't get that edge. Just like I didn't get that edge. I mean, I would assume the love side we do pinks and reds and purples. Not necessarily all those colors, but love kind of tends to be those colors, right? That's what we kind of associate with it. I'm trying to think of what color I want to put the letters on this side if we're doing home. I could use yellow and do the country blue and yellow kind of thing. I'm thinking maybe like one of the, like papaya, kind of. I don't feel shimmers. I don't think it's right for a shimmer. I think the other side I'm going to leave white. Maybe. They're either going to be white or, I don't know. I haven't decided. We may end up doing them purple or pink. Mauve. Let's do the mauve. Then we have like a, we can have like a dusty blue and a dusty rose color. I could do that. There is a hair in there. I saw it. It probably belongs to the fuzzy dog. Yep. I see it. I saw it. I see it. It belongs to the fuzzy dog. Got it. Now I'm leaning towards like a rose color. I may have a rose color. I don't have to make one. I know I have pink. I think I have rose. I only got one of these kits. That's because I ordered the whole, like, pack. Did I? I know. I only got one of these kits. I should have ordered more. Do love in purple with the blue. Do love on this side? I would at least love to see some sort of snowy Valentine project for me. Valentine's is in the dead middle of winter here. Her phone's going crazy. Mauve with the blue love, then reverse the colors on the other side. Oh, mauve side, dusty rose, whatever, with the blue in love. And then home in the mauve color? Yeah, dusty rose. That's drying right now. I have chalk on my, paste on my fingers. Let me see. I think. Nope, not in there. Pomegranate is too bright. I need to open those and do something with them. Rosewood. There's probably a little deeper than we're thinking, but I can lighten it up. Love on this side, home on the mauve side in blue letters. Okay. I mean, I have enough of this color. If I don't put too many coats on here, I gotta see how this dries. Slow process. Even if I speed it up with the hairdryer, I'm not putting anything directly on it until it's dry all the way through. I need something white. Like a sticky note. Alright, I know what that is. I'm just going to transfer that to the back here. And that is a gel pen. It does not dry. Might have been the wrong thing. All right. I just want to see what these colors look like together, which is why I'm doing this. Ah! We need to stir this and spray it. I should have done chalk maintenance on my break. I didn't. So, because it's a little thick, we have to add water to it. And I gotta figure out where I had a bottle of water back here. Oh, there it is. I found it. Normally I put it on the floor, but I have this new shelf over here, so I put it on the shelf. No wonder I couldn't find it. No, the blocks are not hollow. They're the same as all our cutouts. They're solid all the way through. They're 3/4 of an inch, solid all the way through. I'm gonna let that dry for a second. I'm trying to see how they look together. A bottle of water. Alright, my blocks are drying. We're testing out this theory. I think this color will actually work. It's not like Valentine's color. It's kind of got a little tint of orange in it, I think. I really should be watching how much water I put in there because I can't see it. Always add distilled, I use bottled, water to your paste or ink. Don't use tap water. There's gunk in our tap water. You know that. I know that. It could mold your paste. I haven't either. Kind of hard to one with it. Yeah, you're right, Miss Florence. Look, I did it again. I slung paste everywhere. It's kind of like a lipstick color. Okay, now my paste is getting back where it's supposed to be. Okay, I'm kind of digging those colors. Now remember, these are not dry all the way. I'm digging those together. Now, the one that's on the blue will be a little bit darker because I was just putting it on with the multi-tool. I wasn't really like putting it on through the transfer and things like that. I like these. Now, the block, hold on, thought. I gotta finish doing this first. I need 2 hands for the thought that I have. This is normally one of those projects I would do probably off camera because it's got a lot of steps and it's kind of boring if you're just sitting here unless we're all chatting. But, like I said, I needed to show my face. Here I am. My own hair. All right. Need to take the hair out of my tweezers. The fuzzy dog, that's the little Aussie looking one. Okay, close this up so I don't spill it on anything. We like make the block Dusty Rose. I did pretty good on my shows in December. In fact, the one, because I had the 2 shows, the 2 big shows in November, and then the little show that was, hold on, I'll tell you about that in a second. Okay, so the block, obviously these down here go on that side, but these can go on the edge. These go, the little one can go on the edge. So you can do all 4 sides, not the edges, but you can do 4 sides with all the little words. So I think this is going to stay white. Or we'd make it black, I don't know. And then we're going to put the words on it with that. Okay, so the little show that I signed up for, it was at a church. And I hadn't done it before. And it seemed like she was very organized and stuff, and I thought it was going to be a fairly popular show. Because some of the high school shows are usually popular. And some of the church shows, you're just blown away. Because they're long-running shows and just everybody comes out. And other shows, you're like, oh, well, this wasn't worth my time. So I got all packed and drove up there. And I was talking to my friend on the phone. And I pulled in the parking lot. And it was this little tiny church. And I was like, I don't think this is going to do well. And I really thought about no showing. Like, I was in the parking lot, and I'm like, should I even bother setting up? And it was cold. It was cold that morning, too, and windy. Oh, it was windy. And I'm like, you know what? This show did not cost this much. It was the cheapest show of the season that I did, I think. It was one of the cheapest shows I did of the season. And I'm like, I'm already here. Let's just set up. It's one day. We'll do our thing. We'll see how it goes. And that church actually had people coming in all day long. It was on a busy road, but like they didn't have the best signage, and most of the people on that road, because it's Dallas Fort Worth, people just drive. They just go do what they're supposed to be doing. They run their errands. But it was the last day to drop off toys for their toy drive, and they had a chili tasting contest, and they had the vendor show going on. There was probably maybe 15 vendors there, but they'd had these shows previous before COVID, and it was the first one since COVID, and they had some returning vendors too. They had people in there all day long. I was really surprised. There was a couple slow parts, which is fine because I went and used the restroom and grabbed some chili for the chili contest, so I got free lunch. That was a plus. And I did really well at that show. I was surprised. Like things that I had in my inventory, they sold. I'm like, well, sad to see that piece go, but I've had it since 19 because the 20 show year didn't happen because of COVID. And so I sold stuff, and I'm like, okay. All right, thank you. I don't have to pack that one up and take home. So I was just like really surprised, and supposedly they're going to do another one in the spring. These are still dry. So I'm like, yes, put me back on the list. It was just, which just goes to show vendor shows, it can be, you're expecting a really good show and it's horrible. I did one of those years ago. And other times, like, you just show up and you kind of like, you're like, oh, this probably isn't going to be a very good show today. Well, I'm already here. I'll set up. And you did way better than you expected. You already made your vendor fee in like the first 2 hours. Like, I think I even made it in the first hour, to be honest. It's been a month ago, I don't remember. But I was just like, wow, this is awesome. So, yeah, it was surprising. Yeah, but even if it was still a small church. It was still a small church. Because we have some churches here, there's some churches here that have like 5,000 or more members, and a bunch of those are just status symbols because of the church is that big, and the church is huge. It's like a college campus, and some of those are virtual attendees or whatever, but a bunch of those go to that service, and they have multiple services. And other churches like this one is just an older church. It's been around there forever, and it's just there, but they've got a long-standing, like, congregation. And these people were coming in, dropping off their toys, and coming in and shopping. It's just like, okay. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, sign me back up. All right. So, and we have these cute little cutouts to put on these as well. These are still drying. I want these to be really dry before I even attempt to put the next color on, because I really don't like that one. It's a little scratchy. Because if you don't have them dry all the way when you put the transfer on and you get it wet again, it's going to pull up everything that's underneath it if it's not dry all the way. Which I'm trying not to do right now, but there's white parts showing through on this one, and I'm not digging it. All right, we'll see what that looks like. Yeah, see, the church that I grew up in probably has, on any Sunday, the service, a good Sunday might have had 75 to 100 people show up for the service. I don't know how many members there are for the church, and I have a feeling there's less than that go. I don't go to church services anymore. I don't have to go. I always said I don't have to go inside a building to pay my respects and believe in God. If God is all around the world, I don't have to go into a building. He knows what you're doing. He's like Santa. He knows when you've been bad or good. He knows what you're doing. You don't just walking in a building or, whatever. You don't have to do that. So that's kind of always been my philosophy, because I hated going to church as a child. I hated having to dress up for it. I don't wear dresses. That might be part of my problem, because of why I don't like wearing dresses and stuff. And I had a lot of hand-me-down clothes that came from a family cousin, and that's where I got my dresses, because we didn't really dress shop for me unless it was like a super fancy occasion. And I always felt like they weren't my style. They never fit me correctly. So I always felt frumpy. And when you're, a child, you don't want to be frumpy, especially a preteen. That was worse. So I just kind of learned to hate dresses back at that point. And, then there was the whole thing of like, just dresses. Exactly, Florence. You don't have to be in a building to worship God or believe in God or whatever. And I'm talking about whatever God you have. Because whatever God you believe in and whatever rules that go along with that worship, because all churches have different kind of like, suggested rules. You don't have to be in a building to follow them. Some people believe that, but you don't have to be in a building to follow it. Alright, we're going to chop this thing apart. And we may do a couple of the sides to this block tonight, since I already have the colors out, and that's going to be that's going to be multiple sides that need to dry as well. And where is my ruler? Exactly, Kelly. Yeah, the church that I grew up in, they relaxed that a long time ago, but I had quit going at that point because I'm just like, I don't have to go. It made me miserable to go. Not miserable, but it stressed me out, and it was a pain to go. I'd rather go outside and appreciate things. And that's kind of why I was just like, what's the point in going? Hold on, I gotta find my ruler, because it's not where it's supposed to be. It's probably still in my bag in the other room. Told ya, found it. Yeah, no, Fuzzy Dog has not been chalking. This was still in the other room from when I did my craft shows. I pulled the other stuff out, but this was down at the bottom, and I hadn't pulled it out. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this up, and like I said, we're going to do some of that block tonight. There's a lot of lines on here. Now, some designers will take their scissors and chop all these into a million little pieces. That's not me. I do not like keeping track of all these little pieces. I'd rather put them back on their backer and keep it all together instead of have all these little pieces to keep track of, because I didn't get the edge very well. Because I can have one sheet to keep track of, or I can cut it apart and have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces to keep track of. No, thank you. Oh, no. I want to put it back where it came from, because in my head I know this all came together. And if I have a picture, or I go looking for the picture of the transfer, then it's easier to find it all together than have to hunt each individual piece wherever I stored them. Make sure that's cut all the way through. I don't feel like I cut that very well. Not really. I did, but not really. God is nature, love, energy, anything and everything. Exactly. And if anybody is friends with Miss Tori here, she takes some amazing photographs that exactly what she said. You can see God's beautiful work in her photographs. They are some amazing photos. Oh, and speaking of Tori, Mark, which I think is your husband, sent me a friend request, and I accepted it. I hope that was okay. I mean, I'm not really friends with him, but I figured it was your husband, and it was okay to say yes. I don't know. You can message me if it wasn't. All right. Almost done. Let's make sure he's got... Oh, it's your dad! Oh, your dad. Okay. All right. Well, even better. I like having extra dads, so that's fine. Is that still okay? I don't remember. If that's not okay, let me know and I'll get rid of it. Because I can't remember exactly who we talked about previously as the problem. So you let me know if I should get rid of it. I didn't even open it and look at the profile. I just knew it was your last name. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Got those. All right, let's put some stuff on here. Okay, that's fine. All right, so this is just going to stay white. So it doesn't really matter what one we put on here. My fingers aren't working. So these are, y'all can't see these now. These are blue. They're going to have red, love, on this side. I'm pretty sure that's what Kelly said. Put love on this side. So that means the love sayings should be in the rose color, right? If all these have the word love in the rose color, wherever I put the rose color, in this color, then the block should have it in red or rose as well. Or should it be in blue? It could be in blue. Maybe I'll put one love saying in the rose and one in the blue, and then one home saying in the blue and one in the red. There we go. Then you can put it either way. Bingo. All right. Love is in the air. All right, we'll do that one. Okay, we're gonna do this one. Somehow or another, I already have a color on here. Ooh, that's rough. Okay, hold that thought. to scrape the edges of those. All right, I need a paper towel. Probably should have a bigger paper towel. This has a rough edge. It's going to drive me nuts. And I hate the feel of sandpaper. You know, the edges on this are not very smooth. And if I wanted to make this vintage, I could just do this more with sandpaper and make it look weather worn. I'm just trying to knock off this edge. Much better. Much better. Alright. And I put a paper towel down there because there's little fine grit pieces that came off. Alright, now back to where we were. Back to our regularly scheduled program of putting love in the air. I'm going to flip that way. Love is in the air. And so that means we're going to do Sweet Home on this side, because I'm going to do the cursive on the big sides, obviously. So Sweet Home will be in blue on this side. And then You Forever will be in blue. And Welcome will be in the rose. So let's just crank out all the rows while we have it open. Oh, my fingers are in the way. They're too big. Small area. Try to line that up. Close enough. Alright, I'm going to do this side first because it hangs over. Like, there. See how it hangs over? So I'm going to do this side first and then peel that off. And then do the other side. I need a squeegee. Squeegee. And look, I added the extra water because I didn't think I was getting back in this. Here we are. So now I got to stir up the extra water that I put in there. I may not even use a squeegee. I may just use my multi-tool. It's already dirty, right? It is easier to scrape off the paste with the squeegee, so we're going to go with that. Because we're making a mess over here. Alright. You like my idea better. Okay. Pull that out. I'm just going to do both of them at the same time. Alright, we're going to peel off the Welcome. Make that cute. Put that in my tray that I have down here where I take it to go wash it in the sink. And then I'm trying to pull up the other one. So make sure I don't have anything in my hand. Is in the air. I like that color. I think that will look good with that blue. Oh, y'all can't see that very well. I may do the other side of that real quick. I gotta dry that first. But because I'm not putting a transfer right back on top of it, I'm gonna do the other side so we can dry these real quick and then do it. I'll hit it at the angle and hopefully dry both sides at the same time. And I noticed that the edge of that S is missing. I have to touch that up. Alright. Dry. Alright, let's do the other side. So we have Sweet Home. I'm putting that up a little bit. Love you, love you forever. To make sure that's there. All right, now where's that color? There it is. Now we need a squeegee. We'll do these two, and then this section is going to be done. And then we'll paint the other side of those blocks. Try to see if they need a second layer. I don't think they do. All right. This one's a little bit thicker than I expected now. There is some shimmer silver in there. You can't really see it, but I can see it in the light. There's some shimmer in there. Let me close that up and then pull these off. Turn that. You Forever and Sweet Home. dry those real quick so I don't stick my finger in it. And I gotta remember to go back and touch up that S on the other side. And the E. Do the E while I'm here. It's just missing a teeny teeny. I can't talk. Teeny weeny itty bitty little spot right there. Okay, that kind of made it not perfect. It's all right. Looks better than it was. All right, that's fine. Then we need to do that to the other side with the S. I gotta dry this side. I gotta dry this first. Hey, Tori, it may be that it's just the suggested friends is what he's clicking on. I've had plenty of people like that do that. And I see people pop up in my suggested friends. I'm like, who is this person? And then I look and I'm like, oh, I'm friends with like 18 people that they know, but I don't know this person. I bet that's what he's doing, is just clicking the suggested friends. So, not a big deal for me. Alright. Yeah, you can't really see the shimmer, but I know there's some in that blue mixture. Alright, this, I just want to fix the teeny tiny edge of that S. I'm making the dots bigger too on the eyes. They needed some more oomph. So that's our detail tool, or one of them. They have a lot of new artist tools. In fact, I have a set of artist tools that I haven't even opened. Teeny tiny. Now I want to like complete the rest of the project and put the letters on there, but I'm afraid that that's not dry all the way through and I don't want to run it. And I need to paint the other side as well. So, you know, we have these little add-on pieces. That's a house and a heart. But those two transfers, the house and the heart, fit onto. Should I put the transfer on the block and also on the piece and then attach the piece in case it falls off? Or should I just put it on the block or the piece and attach it? Or just not even use the pieces? I don't know, I kind of like I like the contrast. Kind of ties back into this piece. No, because it needs to be dry all the way through, and I don't want to risk it messing up. I am going to pull the tape. So I did pretty good. It's not exactly in the middle even, but it's close enough. Like it's even around the block. And I shouldn't have done that because I want to use the same tape and put it right back on it on the other side. I didn't need to pull this off yet. What I'm saying is I'm not putting the tape back on the blue part because it's still not dry all the way through. And even though it's painter's tape, I want it to dry all the way through. Like I can see that it's still wet. So I don't need to be pulling all the tape off. All right, so that's going to sit there. All right, so we are done for tonight, I think. So we have our block with Sweet Home and You Forever. So it's Home Sweet Home, Love You Forever, Love is in the Air, and Welcome Home. So we got our block. So that's just gonna sit like that. We got our colors picked out. Our blocks are looking good. The other side's gonna be the rose color, rosewood. And then we're gonna put these guys on them. We'll probably do that. We'll do one side for sure tomorrow. I should be live tomorrow. Oh, hi, Paige. I'll send you the photos. Yes, Thursday. Chopped it all off. Well, not all of it. I chopped half of it off. That's half. Half is chopped off. And look how long it is. Chopped half of it off. Wait, your nose is pouring. I missed that. My nose is pouring. I done sneezed 100,000 times today. I swear I'm so tired of being... Yes, Kelly, I am so tired of you being sick too. You poor thing. You poor thing. If it's not one thing, it's something else that pops up. Like your side, like pulling a muscle from coughing and... Ugh, which that's the worst, by the way. Yeah, I'll send you the pictures page. What are you doing still up? Aren't you supposed to be in bed? Alright, so that's what we've done for tonight. We'll finish the rest of it tomorrow because I want to go clean this up. I want to make sure those are dry before we put anything on it. And we need to paint the other side. So make sure your notifications are on so you see when I go live tomorrow. Should roughly be about the same time frame. That's usually when I go live. Ugh. Yeah, cedar fever is crazy right now. At least in Texas. I can tell you that. So I will catch y'all all tomorrow. And we'll get to the next step of this and make our little cute little pretties. Love you guys. Appreciate you watching. See y'all tomorrow.